And we are live. I'm just gonna start with sharing my screen. I hope you can see it. Yeah, we prepared the updates again up front. So yeah, and we are live. I'm just gonna start with sharing my screen. Mario, can you start today so I don't start every time first?
Yeah, so uh, I managed to did some work around Greylock, so it's working now for betanet and testnet as I'm testing out the setup and everything. Uh, so the only thing left is actually to shard the Greylog instance, because the Elasticsearch now is sharded. We can increase the count of instances, size of instances, everything, and it's fairly simple. It's all done on AWS due to the way like AWS has Elasticsearch service, which you're able just to pick what you want, and it works, and you don't have to hassle with everything else. So that's still in progress to be wrapped up. Bowen gave me some updates. We are going to be collecting debug logs from everything. So that requires very scalable Greylock. Besides that, sorting out the how to monitor bridge frontend. So I made a post on Discourse about how to monitor the bridge frontend. For now, there isn't much comments, but I hope to finalize it in the beginning of the next week, so I can actually start making it. So that's okay. Also, archival nodes for the graph integration. So the graph integration is going to provide GraphQL representation of near blockchain, so people are able to easily query it like a I don't know, a regular database or something like that. That makes sense to me. And also added new archival nodes for testnet indexer. So we already had archival nodes for testnet indexer, but those were the old ones, and they didn't have scaling groups and those kind of nice things, templating. I just switched them out, and now it's working properly, I would say. That's it. I don't know, for next week, Bridge and Greylock, that would be it, I would say.
Sounds good. Yeah, Max, do you have any questions, or everything seems?
Whom are you communicating on the graph integration? Who's the main person of communication in our company?
Yeah, like when it comes to the graph integration, I have very little knowledge. Thrall told me that he needs the instances, and that's it. He made an issue, I created them, and that would be it.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, on my side, there are few incidents, few saves this week on testnet mostly. I was on call, so there's like few of them. I've created a doc which I shared with Bo with all the Slack chats where we discussed the debugging. So one was where the CPU goes to zero, the block production goes to zero, and the CPU is high. Another one is where like the block production goes to no, not the block production. The CPU stays normal, but the CPU goes like very high, and like the RPC is not the cause. Like the node just becomes unresponsive for some reason. The block's still going, so like Bowen, I shared all information with Bowen. Bowen is investigated why is that happening. We had a big save yesterday, which was due to course. Mario debugged the reason. He figured out that we have like course issues, and that's probably happening in near core. So once he figured that out, I started looking in the code and I patched it, and we together released forced push of all the testnet nodes. So that was resolved in 4 hours. And yeah, thank you, Mario, for like digging into this and figuring out like how can we fix it. I continue working with the FOSSA integration. So currently I covered 42 repos. When I say covered, it means that some of them got archived. 9 of them in total are integrated fully with the CI. and 18 of them are in progress. I send out issues to more owners. No, like more owners. I think I sent out like last week 10 and this week around 10 more. And now I'm gonna communicate with them to get the issues resolved and then starting integrating that and just like pipeline it for the next few weeks as I go. I migrated the release scripts, so build, testing, release, and canary scripts from BuildKite to the code. So now that's migrated to both Nearcore and NearOps. I plan to do a few more, and I cleaned up few BuildKite pipelines we don't use anymore. I talked to Marcelo. I sent a message to Marcelo. I'm gonna delete the old ones for Rainbow Bridge as well. Today there was a Canary node issue, which I'm still fixing. The node went down with the today's release. Something corrupted the database, so I'm pulling a backup and currently I'm untarring it, and then I'm gonna restart the node. One node got fixed, the other one is still waiting. This week also I helped Danny set up the DNS settings for grants. There was some back and forth through emails with her, and then she talked to Submittable, so that's resolved now. And yeah, on-call in incident revamp. I'm working on a document which should lay out maybe next week some proposals for some changes to the on-call ownership, incident reviews, etc. But like that's just starting. Next week, what I plan to do, I plan to schedule a meeting with every service owner I created the issues for, because I send out the issues, but nobody's like responding to them. So I actually plan to schedule a meeting with everybody, talk with them, go through with them again, and make sure that they understand this is like very important and really have to do it. And not, it's a blocker for my side. So I'm working on unblocking myself so I can start the integrations. Also, one thing I was thinking is to let them know that at somewhere in March before Q3, there's going to be a deadline when I'm just going to integrate it into the CI. And if they're not fix it until then, it's going to be kind of forcefully, it's going to force them to do it. Because they will not be able to land. But I'm going to give them like 6 weeks upfront time to actually do it. But like I cannot force them, and this is going to be like a way of kind of forcing them to do so. Also, I plan to talk to Max today, and next week write the documentation which does the proposal doc for the changes for all the stuff. And yeah, I'm just gonna prepare for the incident review next week as well, and continue with the FOSA integration stuff. So like now 42 are covered. There's 130 more to go. So yeah, it's like a tedious manual process, but it's going well, I think. So should be covered by I hope February, but we'll see. March is the deadline. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, discussion wise, I just wanted to mention the rollout. I know I talked to Bowen. The rollout we had ad hoc, that like we should maybe we don't have to discuss it here, but just have like an upfront at least few hours before we release. So like at least one person from the SRE team knows that the release is going on, because yes, sometimes it happened like this time. Like I was about to, at 6 p.m. I was about to go do workout and chill, and Mario was about to do the same. We released, and then RPC was not working, and we spent 4 more hours on fixing it. Like if that was during the work time, like it would be maybe better, and like we will be more prepared. I think that was one of discussion, and also one of discussion I wanted to mention. There's 2 incidents. One, Mario is writing the postmortem. One, I'm writing the postmortem, and there's 3 others which I think are related to the chain team. I linked the discussions as said to Bowen, but now Bowen is here, so I just wanted to mention that to like take a look. It doesn't have to be next week. We can do maybe one next week, but just to like make sure that we investigate the issues which happened. Like there's some weird issues which probably are hard to debug, so they're gonna take time.
So we're gonna have incident review like in 15
Next
minutes.
Thursday. Yeah, it was supposed to be yesterday, but the incident was yesterday happening, and I also decided that we should prepare. So I created a doc, whichever like we fill out as the owners, and
Okay.
then we have time to prepare it properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say that I'm very sorry about what happened with the release. I definitely should have at least give a notice maybe 7-8 hours before that, at which point I know that we're going to do the release the next day. It's on me that I didn't do that. So yeah, I apologize for that, and
No worries,
make
no
sure
worries.
this something like this don't happen again next time.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Like, don't worry about it. I just wanted to mention it that it's. I think it's better for everyone if you do it, because it can be either a bug on our side, or you release and then don't know how to revert because maybe something's broken again on our side, or maybe something goes into the release which is broken, and then we have to figure out how to release it, and like coordinating between everybody. I think it's helpful for everybody, so we don't panic, and but yeah, that's pretty much it from the infra team for this week. If anybody has anything else,
I have a question. So you say, can you remind me, you're migrating from this build kite scripts, but how are the new CI is going to be triggered? Is it going to be triggered?
So essentially it's triggered from GitHub, and then when the pipeline runs, we were storing the YAML files in buildkite. Now the YAML files are stored in the repo. So if you go to Nearcore, there's a folder .buildkite, and then you have the pipelines in the code. So every time somebody wants to change, they have to do a PR.
So it's still going to be a build kite, it's just differently configured, right?
Yeah, it's going to be code. It's going to be actual code. And also Matplat, and props to that, he mentioned that we wanted to do it for a while, and he mentioned it like last week, and I actually had it in plan. So it was like a good coincidence, but it's good also for contributors from outside of Near to understand like what we run in the pipeline and how can they run it manually. So that's good for them as well, if they want to contribute.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So sorry. One thing on the postmortem, is there a link to where we put it? I think we used to put it somewhere, but we haven't written one for a while. So if you could provide a link or something like this would be helpful, so that I know where to put them after
just put them in PagerDuty under postmortems.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, the doc I created is just to track, because just to track, so I know who to invite to the incident review, who's the owner, and do we have an update on the incident or not? Like,
can you post the PagerDuty instant link in that document, so that I know where to add the postmortem to?
Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna add that as well then. But yeah, that's it. I'll stop sharing my screen. Yes, stop live stream. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining. And yeah, see you next week.
Yeah, thank you.